Yahya Attia is a late addition to Colorado's 2024 recruiting class. Born in Egypt, raised mostly in Austria, and recently a standout at NFL Academy in England. Here to break it down, the film here is football analyst William Gardner. All right, William, we've pulled up Yahya Attia's film. Let me know when you're ready for me to hit play and you can break it down.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not sure who ever had a Yaya on the team, so that's kind of fun. Kind of makes me smile whenever I say it. The board's kind of calling him Yo-Yo, but I don't know if he calls himself that or what. But I'm very impressed with what I see here. He's 6'4", 330, and I sort of figured he was in the 6'4" to 6'5" range even before we saw that, just from watching the film. After a while, you can start to kind of tell sizes and stuff from, I don't know, maybe it's just watching so much film, but clearly, playing in England, he's not playing against the greatest competition, but I'm not sure that matters too much because nobody in Colorado plays against good defensive competition either. He's got the size, he's got the strength at a recent combine. I know he did a 225 19 times, which is pretty good. So I think he also his head coach was a former NFL tight end coach. So he's been taught really well. The good thing that usually keeps young guys off the field is the size, strength, and uh, technique. But he's got all those going for him right now. If you watch his stance, is beautiful. His feet and hands are really great, and he's a very polished kid. And one thing I want you to keep an eye on, he's always working to get his hands on the inside. So go ahead and roll it, and let's see what we got here. So he's at center here, and he comes to his left, and he just basically pile drives that kid. Here's he's playing right tackle, and again, just very physical and takes players all the way down. So you see him in this film. He's mostly at right tackle or at center, which I like his versatility. Um, and then you watch here, he's in pass protection, and he's got really good sense of leverage. And let's and here's at center again. Uh, Really takes a guy about 5 yards downfield and pancakes him back at right tackle. Now look at his feet and look at him with his hands. One thing you'll notice, he's always trying to work his hands back the inside. That's really nice right there. The feet, the hands, and got inside hands and kind of pulls that guy down at the end. And people might think that's holding. Well, the ref was looking right at it, and if you're inside that shoulder, you're going to be good. You see a lot of him kind of pulling and getting outside. And for a guy 6'4", 330, he can really run. Here's his center left, and now he's out there, and they cut that off, but he was going out into the secondary. So again, right tackle here, nice weight. That's just really good punch. He just really has good timing, and he has a sense to just lay on that guy once he's got him on the ground. Uh, Here again, nice feet. Look at the width of his feet as he's driving. Here, right tackle. Now just keeps him out there. Look at his feet. Look at the width. He's keeping his feet apart. He is well taught. His feet and his hands are already really better than some of the guys I've seen at CU recently. So here's at right tackle again, run play, and he just sort of stays with things right till the end. Another pass protection. He lets the guy upfield. And then look, he just sort of stalemates him and keeps his feet. If you keep your feet wide like that and you lead with your lead foot, you're always going to keep that guy in the right position. So nice inside hands. He's at center again. What I like about him at center is he snaps and moves at the same time. And so there's a play in here somewhere where he gets that snap off and really rocks the guy with a punch to the chest. So everything I see here is just really looks good to me. His stance is beautiful. It takes a good first step. He doesn't overextend himself. If you look at that stance right there, now he redirects to a different guy, keeps his eyes downfield. There at center, he snaps the ball and he's already on the linebacker. So there's just a lot here to like. I like the offense they're running that gets him moving, shows him a lot of pass protection, and I think he looks as good at center as he does at right tackle. I think he could play either one for us, and certainly could play guard as well with his size and with his strength. Here's a nice play. Watch his feet and watch how he seals this guy off. Again, at the right tackle spot, just sort of shuffles down the line. So he's got a variety of techniques. He can do the traditional pull. He can do the shuffle. And now, I don't know if you could tell right there, but he really jacked that kid, and he had his hand up and was really rocking his head back. Very much had control of that play. Right tackle, pass protection. It's hard to see his feet in that white NFL thing, but really pretty feet. And then His technique is the same on every play. He's not hit or miss. He's very he's just very consistent in his technique, and he's very physical. Right tackle steps inside and redirects to a blitz and picks that up nicely. Here he is, right tackle, picks up a rushing defensive end, and just I don't know if you could see it there again, but he's working that hand, doing a little what I call wax on, wax off, and getting that hand back to the inside. So just a lot of fun things to watch there. And I think what I really take away from it is that I think this guy is going to be someone who can play for us a lot earlier than people think. I don't know if this year, but certainly next year as a second year guy. He's very polished. And I think I mentioned before his head coach was an NFL tight ends coach. So I suspect that's where he's getting that polish in his stance and technique and everything else. And certainly his aggressiveness and playing to the whistle. So I think that's a really good pickup. I know people have questioned why didn't anybody else offer him, but if he plays in London, probably got missed, and his coach has a connection to our offensive coordinator. So sometimes those things happen.
You mentioned his size, his versatility is maybe just as encouraging as those things is just the fact that he's only been playing football for a year and a half in terms of the fact that you like so much about him. And it does seem like he's gotten good coaching there. And to your point, the competition isn't the greatest, but this is a young man that is relatively new to this game.
Yeah, and he's just gonna get better and better. He's not gonna be burned out on it, and I think he's gonna be a guy. It's always a big issue for offensive linemen. Even here, guys playing in the States, they don't see a lot of the defensive lineman types that we see in this conference. Those 320 pounders. There's just not a lot of those guys out there in high school. So it's not like he's at some big disadvantage. We don't have those guys in Colorado, so all the 4 and 5 star guys coming out of here are not seeing that either. But I do think that this kid, because of his physicality and he's got that chip on his shoulder and his want to, is going to be a really good addition. So people can, downplay it if you want, but I think this is a really good pickup.
All right, nicknamed the Bulldozer, Yahya Attia is expected in Boulder this summer. William, thanks for breaking it down.